I booked a one-way ticket without a real plan. When I was in college, I spent a semester abroad. I picked Prague mostly on a whim. It was far away, sounded interesting, and I'd never been anywhere in Europe. I figured I'd eat good food, meet a few people, and come back with some half-decent stories. I didn't expect anything more than that. The first few weeks were a blur of cheap beer, awkward icebreakers, and way too many group tours. One night, out of pure boredom, I tagged along to a language exchange event at some cafe. That's where I met Lena. She had this effortless confidence, the kind that made her stand out without even trying. I sat across from her while she explained the difference between Sean and Schuslik to a nervous tourist, and I was hooked before she even looked at me. When she finally did, she raised an eyebrow and asked if I actually spoke any Czech or if I was just there for the beer. We started talking, first out of politeness, and then because neither of us wanted to stop. Her stories were sharp and funny, and she listened like every word I said mattered. After that night, we found excuses to meet again. Then we stopped needing excuses altogether. We'd meet for coffee and end up walking until the streetlights buzzed on. She showed me her favorite hole-in-the-wall bookstores, introduced me to snacks I couldn't pronounce, and argued about movies with zero apology. She hated people who walked too slow. She talked a mile a minute and never slowed down for anyone. I don't know exactly when it happened. I just knew I loved her. When the semester ended, neither of us wanted to say goodbye. We made plans. We promised visits. We believed we could make it work. For a while we did. I flew back to the States, graduated, started a job. She stayed in Berlin. We called every day, sent job listings to each other in cities we might both land in, but her visa application got rejected. The appeal failed too. And just like that, something shifted. Our calls got heavier. Planning took over dreaming. Every conversation felt like trying to hold water in my hands. One night after another long, painful call, I just sat there staring at my laptop. I thought about what my life would look like if we gave up. It didn't feel like living. The next morning, I quit my job, sold most of my stuff, packed one suitcase, booked a flight to Berlin. No real plan, just a 3-month permit and whatever savings I hadn't burned through yet. My friends thought I was losing it. My parents didn't say much, which somehow hurt more than if they'd yelled. At first, it was magic. We rented this tiny apartment where the shower barely worked, and we could hear our neighbors sneeze through the walls. We cooked dinners together, danced in the kitchen, made plans on sticky notes stuck to the fridge. But reality hit fast. My German was awful. Finding work felt impossible. Everything, even grocery shopping, reminded me I didn't belong. We fought more than we expected. There were nights I seriously thought about going home, but we talked, we fought, we figured it out. We kept choosing each other, even when it wasn't easy, especially then. Now it's been 5 years. We're married. I speak German badly. Lena still laughs when I butcher idioms. She speaks perfect English and runs the books at the little cafe we opened near the canal. I handle the espresso machine. Some mornings, when I see her unlock the cafe doors wearing the same red scarf she wore the night we met, I think about how none of this would have happened if I hadn't taken that one terrifying, reckless chance. It was the scariest thing I've ever done, and the best.